I give you my heart.
What's up, guys, and welcome back. I know I've been gone for a while and no new videos or anything, but to make it up to you guys, we got a new project with a new build series going on. I always wanted to do a project like this. It's always been in the plan, and it kind of just fell into my lap, and gonna go start it now. Excuse me, I think I'm getting sick, so if I'm talking really quiet, and just turn up your speakers. That's about it. So yeah, let's get to it. Let's show you what we got. All right, guys, so right here, we got the new project. 1979 Suzuki GS750. I think it's like GS750L or E or something like that. I don't think those match, because if you look right here on the actual, if you can see it, I think it says GS750E. Whatever. Don't really know the difference between them. What we are doing to this, we are starting our first cafe racer build. So I always wanted to do a build like this. Always wanted to, I don't know, just have a cafe racer. I always thought they were cool. So this is going to give me an opportunity to actually build one and see how I can put my own little touches in it and see how it turns out. So we picked up the bike for 400 bucks. Went to Denver, picked it up, came back, said it hasn't been running for 2 years. So that was the first step, and make sure the engine's good, make sure it's running. I put some gas straight to the carb and fired it right up. It was good to go. Oh, also funny thing about that, I'll show you how I pulled the bike off by myself off the back of my truck. Don't ever do this at home. So I'll insert a little image of that. So yeah, don't ever do that at home, but I was super excited. First, super excited to start the build, so I hurried up and nobody was home. It was just me. So I figured out a way. Got it done safely. It's on the ground. So for this episode, for part one of this is going to be a multiple part series, hopefully. Well, it is. It's going to be a multiple part series of it. You'll see it start to finish. So if you guys decide you guys want to do a cafe racer build, you can see my mistakes and how I fix them and whatever hell you have to do. So for this one, we're going to start disassembly. So you already see we have the seat off. I know it's just bare, you see in the wires, battery, everything like that. So I hate these handlebars, so those are going to be coming off. That cluster is going to be coming off. Gas tank, we're going to use it, but it's going to be coming off so we can get to the things under it. Rear fender, rear tail light, it's going to be coming off. Good thing that's also as one piece. Front fender is going to be coming off, and I think I'm going to keep this light housing. Maybe I could figure out how to spray or paint chrome. I never tried to paint chrome, but what's a little research and a little bit go at it. Got to do with it. But we're going to definitely change the inner light bulb itself, or the inner light. We're going to be getting new grips, new reservoir plus lever, and same thing on the other side. And that's pretty much all right here. It was really I ordered all the parts. They all came in. I've had this bike for a couple days now, and so I had enough time to go through and see what I wanted to change. We still got parts to order, but right now we're going to start small with the parts I want to change, then start fixing stuff. The only problem with it right now that I've seen so far is this choke is definitely not working, so we're going to have to replace either pull the line and see about either replacing it, fixing this, or something like that. And yeah, so that should be a really easy fix, or just change the part out in general. But yeah, so we're going to get started. We're going to just jump right into it. We're going to start tearing off everything that we don't need. Yeah, I'm excited about this. Hopefully you guys are excited also, and watching this thing come to life and do a do a big change. We're gonna do a big change to this thing, and it's gonna not even look like it used to. So that's the exciting part that I have about it. jump right into it. We're gonna start tearing it down, and we'll see how long this goes. These other bikes are super simple, so what you saw me doing, it was literally everything. Took off the rear fender, removed the rear tail light with the fender, gas cans removed, obviously seat was already removed. I'm starting to mock up the new handlebars because I couldn't help myself. You're going to have to go through and continue doing this wiring, marking these wires, see which one does what for like high beam, low beam, horn, and all that stuff. So for the new one, they already came with the little bullet fittings, so it should be easy to put together. Started adjusting the clutch. I don't know, I was just tinkering around with it, see what I can adjust. Got the cluster off. These are like the little indicators, the little bulbs, most of them are out. The speedo cable and the tachometer cable, I'm assuming. I'm going to leave this stuff on here so that way I can see which one goes to what when I start doing the wiring. The right side is pretty much on. Well, sorry, no. So the throttle and brake side still got some work to do. I was just mocking up because this is a push-pull. Excuse me. This is a push-pull setup, so I'm going to have to use the old style of what we got. I probably could clean it up, repaint it, take it apart, because it works just fine. It just needs a little bit of touch-up. So it's not going to look as nice and new as this one, but we could probably clean it up pretty well and get everything. Well, at least that's less wiring on that end. Might have to look into getting a new throttle cable because this is old and brittle, some broken plastic pieces on it. I'm guessing this is the throttle and this is the resistance side. I'm not sure. I'm still learning all this. Gonna end up taking this choke out so I can figure out what's going on, but pretty much this is all of it. This is just I'm just mocking things up. Obviously, when we get everything in place, when we get everything in place, we're going to probably do a full tear down again, take everything off of it, clean it up, make it look nice. I have to cut this rear end off of it, cut it shorter because the seat, I think it ends about right here. And so probably have to cut into that on both sides, pull this off, put the new rear loop with the tail light integrated into it and get this welded back together. But yeah, that's what's going to call it for today. I made pretty good progress on it. Figured out how to use the center stand on it. So this is all new to me. I'm pretty sure this clutch adjustment is super high, but it might be all right. I don't know, but it's pretty stiff up here. That's where I like it. So we'll just have to see. But so far, the teardown phase and somewhat mocking up phase is going pretty well. Now we just got to finish figuring out like where all these wires go to, or how we're going to route them. I might need to make new cables for them. I'm not sure. That's why I want to start mocking things up and figuring out. Oh, also on these handlebars, they don't have. There's a little hole that's supposed to be right under, so that way this piece right there could go. And I'm assuming it's like a ground piece, and it's going to go, or it's just a random, or it's just like a holder, so it doesn't move if it becomes loose. So I need to measure the old handlebars, see how far that hole is, if we can even do it that way, and try to like mock it up that way and see if we could get this new setup to work with it. Anyways, but so far this goes in to the push-pull already set up. The ignition side of it, it already goes into it, so that's good news. The new lever already comes with a brake reservoir, so we're going to have to pull that apart, bleed brakes, which it's not going to be hard to do, and try to reroute lines. But soon we'll just start taking all this. Good thing this comes with like a little pigtail clip for all the horns and everything like that. And I'm pretty sure this is like a safety switch, like the clutch safety switch. So good thing we could probably mount it like this, or not mount it, but take it apart, splice it, put new fittings on it, and put it right in there, and hopefully that will activate, because it won't start unless the clutch is pulled in. That's just how this model is. I don't know if it's all models like that, or that's just maybe we can even bypass it if we really need to. Probably can. But yeah, it's all the pigtail I was talking about for the horn side and all the gauges, headlights, and whatever right there, so we can just detach that pretty easily. I want to clean up these wires more because they're kind of just going everywhere. And we got the speedometer going to the back of the headlight, so I need to take that apart and see what is going on in there. So I'm assuming it's just a big wiring harness mess in the back of this, and I'm kind of scared about that because I hate wires. I really do. I mean, I can try to deal with them as best I can, but in all honesty, I just hate wires so much. And yep. So that's about it for this episode for today. It's just doing a teardown and somewhat of a mocking up, figuring out where I want to put things and how it's going to look. And so far, it's coming together pretty well. It's easier than I thought. Maybe it could be too easy. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going to cut it for this episode. Thank you guys again for joining in. And I'm trying to get back in the groove of making videos since we got this new project going on. And it's just part one of however many parts this is going to be. So, as always, like, share, subscribe, share it to your friends, share it to everybody you know, share it to people that you think that are interested in bikes that you know. Then maybe they wanted to build a cafe racer, but they just never know where to start. Like, you can do this also. Bought the bike for $400 so far. So about $400 in it plus parts. So maybe about $600. The parts are not expensive. You just got to be creative and see what you want to do, and it's around there. So yeah, so do what you want to do. Don't let anybody say, oh, you need an expensive bike, or, you know, if you want to build one, build one. If you don't, that's cool too. Just buy it and ride. It's fine. I'll show you what $400 gets you. It gets you a running bike. You can ride it just like that. Thank you guys for tuning in again. We'll be back. We'll see you next episode. And keep on building, and you will see progress. See ya.